So the weather's been really bad this spring. I've been wanting to get out flying in the mountains for a couple of months now. You can see here the clouds came out today just kind of with my fingers crossed that the clouds would lift enough that I'd be able to get some flights in. So for now we're just adventuring around and looking at the scenery, sitting by the river. Yeah, and hopefully later on in the day the clouds will lift enough that I'll be able to do some flights. You can see the clouds are starting to clear a little bit. There's some breaks in the sky there. I don't know, I was thinking about flying up there.
It's raining now.
This is where that my ice wall glacier video was, in the redemption flight and Lost Quad, and those ones. But it is, yeah, it's raining a little bit right now, just really lightly. Well, that would be kind of neat, kind of a cool flight up there with the clouds and the sunlight coming through, although the exposure would be really tricky with the bright snow and clouds and then the dark rock. Probably just end up having to put it on like auto exposure with a... Anyways, I'm gonna think about it. You might see a flight of going up there. You can see up there there's a big cloud sort of sunk in the middle, but I think I might be able to fly underneath that if I go up there. But it seems like it's staying consistently bright and light enough up there. But, well, speaking of bright, with the clouds like that, the sun lights them up so much, and with the snow, makes all these bright spots, and then there's the dark rocks. So I'm going to just be putting my GoPro on auto, and the exposure compensation on plus 0.5, and hopefully that'll do it. Otherwise I'm going to be just, gambling at whether I'm going to get good shots, setting it at a certain setting here. And I'm not planning on doing several flights up there for trying out different settings, just 2 at the most. So and you can see right now when you look on the right hand side there, it's going to be all dark, and then on the left hand side, the snow at the top is really bright. So there's just such a variation. It's hard to lock the exposure. Just getting my props on now so I can do a warm-up flight before making the flight over there. And of course I'm using this quad. I always use the Gemfan 7037 tri-blades. If I'm flying it with a smaller battery on it, then I'll use the 7035. But this time I'm going to be using my brand new batteries here that I just made. My Molicel P28A cells. Yeah, I'm going to be using 2 of these. So it's going to be a little bit heavy, so I'm going to use the 7037 props. Yeah, I'm going to do a test flight around here. Test the GPS rescue, make sure that's working while it's right here where I can go and pick it up easy. And also just get another, when I'm doing this test flight flying around, I'm going to see where my milliamp hours get up to again. Just make sure the count is going up to what I expect. And then I'll do my flight out to the glacier and the waterfalls there. Just got my SpeedyBee adapter 3 plugged in here, using that to power the flight controller. And I do that with a battery other than my flight battery so that I can find satellites through the GPS. It's just waiting to get it flashing there to say it's got a sat lock. Plugging the SpeedyBee adapter 3 into the USB port on the flight controller only powers the 5-volt pads that are marked 4V5. Those are the ones that are powered by the 5-volt rail on the USB. Well, yeah, that way you don't have to plug your quad in, and then you don't have to worry about whether your VTX is on and overheating or whatever. Oh, the clouds just keep cycling through, filling in and going out and stuff. Now it looks like the light's getting better again. I think I'm going to try to get in the air here really soon. This is raw, unstabilized GoPro footage from my warm-up flight. I like to start off with a warm-up flight. It helps me to get over any pre-flight anxiety, as well as offering an opportunity to test all my gear before heading out on a long-range flight. I almost always test the GPS rescue function at this time. I find the GPS rescue function in Betaflight 4.2 impossible to get working as well as I did with version 4.1.7. But the tuning improvements in version 4.2 are enough to keep me using it, for now. I still might go back to version 4.1.7 though. With version 4.2, the delay before gaining altitude greatly reduces my confidence in using GPS rescue successfully in an emergency. Since I have only done a few flights with these new batteries, I'm flying 95% of its capacity on my warm-up flight. I'm doing this to double check that the milliamp hour used element in the OSD is reading as expected. Alright, just did the warm-up flight. That seemed to go well. Now I guess do the next one, and I'm gonna try heading up there.